All right, so in today's video, we're going to discuss the top 3 reasons why small businesses fail in today's age. So, number 1 being organization, number 2 being other people's opinions, and the third one is going to be not keeping your word to your clients or anybody else around you. So, I'm going to dive in and speak about how each one affects the small business and why it's going to ultimately lead to its failure. So, number 1 being organization. So organization is extremely important because you need to know exactly what's going on, who you made promises to, when you have to be somewhere, what you got to do by a certain date, and all these different things. Because running a business is essentially just an agreement. It's an agreement between you and your client about a certain service or product that's being paid for. So if they pay for it, you agree to do whatever you're supposed to do. If you're selling hair care products, I'm going to exchange X amount of dollars for this product and you're going to give me the product. Or I'm going to exchange X amount of dollars for this service and you're going to do the service. And you're going to do it to the way that we established. That's everything. So, and that kind of ties into my next point, but it really comes down to organization. Organization is everything because you need to be able to execute when you said you were going to execute. And if you're disorganized, you can't do that. And honestly, that comes down, well, that's another point, but your reputation. A bad reputation will precede you way before a good reputation. I mean, if you do a bad job on somebody's service or just, falling through on an agreement, people are going to take that information and tell everybody they know. They're going to complain to this person, that person about how you were supposed to do this and you didn't do that, or how you didn't do it to the way that they thought you were going to do it, and how they're dissatisfied and unhappy, and they're going to go on and on about it. And that's just the reality of the situation. But if you do a good job, it's not going to be talked about as much. It may be mentioned here and there in conversation majority of the time. If you do a good job, people expect you to do a good job. I mean, and we all do it. I do it. It happens to all of us. So don't try and think you're exempt from this phenomenon. I mean, think about, if you're married, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, when they are doing something and they mess up, you right there in their face. You saying, hey, you supposed to do X, Y, Z. You ain't come through on why you leave me out here like that. You knew I was looking for it. You know I was expecting this, blah, blah, blah. And you going on and on about it. But when they actually come through and do exactly what you thought they were going to do, you just kind of act like it's supposed to be done that way. You don't give them praise. You don't come with that same energy to approach them when they do something good as when they do something bad. It's kind of funny when you think about it, but we all fall victim to it. So my next point is going to be not keeping your word. So this is very important. Not keeping your word. Telling somebody you're going to do something and then not doing it. Or telling them you're going to meet them somewhere or give them something and just not being able to do it. Or biting off more than you can chew, which is also very important. You cannot say, hey, I can do these things because you're overzealous about getting the money and, just getting whatever you want out of that client or customer and taking their money and not being able to deliver on what you said you were going to deliver on. Bad. That's bad because you're going to soon develop a certain opinion about yourself. And like I said in my previous videos, people are going to see you through the eyes in which you view yourself. And the only person who knows every lie that you have told is you. So keeping your word is very important to yourself so that you can hold integrity and carry yourself a certain way. And that's going to just ultimately flow over into your business. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is other people's opinions. This is going to be huge, especially when you're starting a business. And especially if you're like one of the first people in your family to start a business, people are going to look at you sideways. I mean, it's just a reality. People are going to look at you like, man, what the hell is he doing? Is he starting his business? Really? Him? Or her from way back in the day? I know them. They was doing XYZ. I don't think they can do it. And they're going to have all these opinions about you. They're going to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. You're not fast enough. You're not organized enough. You're not this, you're not that. And ultimately, they're going to have their own opinion about you. And if you let that opinion control you, it's going to pull you down. When you're doing something, you have to do it to the fullest of your capability. Just drown out what everybody else got to say. And and that goes just for more than business. That goes for, just everything in your life. People are going to love you or hate you regardless. So just do what you do. Just do what you do. No matter what decision you make in your life, whether it be, left, right, up, or down, you're going to have critics in every direction. So just go in whatever direction makes you feel the best and what direction makes sense to you. Because ultimately, this is your life. And when you die, nobody's going to remember all of the times that you tried something and you failed, or really even all the times you succeeded, unless you, can really influence history in that way. But and a quick example of that would be, do you know your great-great-great-grandfather or grandmother? You probably don't. And that's within your own family. So if we go back 3 to 4 generations, you have no idea who those people were who made your life possible today. And I would say somebody who made your life possible at this very moment to be watching this video, that's important. But you don't know who they are, what they did, what their mistakes was, what they tried and failed at. You just don't know. So why are we all so concerned about what other people think of us and failing and succeeding? Just do it. Do it and fail. And then try again. The people who succeed are the people who keep getting up over and over and over again and just never giving up. And then eventually they had that breakthrough and they had that moment which propels them to be where they wanted to be in the first point, or even beyond that point of where they wanted to be. So do not let other people's small mind keep you in a small box. The only opinion that matters is the opinion you have about yourself. Stop letting other people tell you what you can and can't be. And that's just facts. That's facts. So those are the 3 biggest mistakes I have noticed when trying to start my own business. And also, those are the 3 biggest mistakes I see working with other small businesses and entrepreneurs. So, there's a lot more that goes into it, but if you can avoid those 3 things, I promise your business will be way better than what it was initially. Until next time.